Hello and welcome back to my GTNH playthrough. It is Tuesday the 17th and we're here up in the right tower, kind of looking at my infinity passive. Some minor changes from how I set up yesterday, but basically all I did today was like improve the back-end infrastructure of this whole process here to make infinity ingots. Just friendly reminder, basically what's going on here is we have the three items that make up the infinity ingot slowly being fed into here, mostly being crafted over here, such as diamonds. Infinity catalysts are crafted over in that building. You can kind of see the white blocks over there for the neutronium compressor, and then the cosmic neutronium ingots. So was running into a little bit of resource problems, keeping up with this. So this was actually the last one I set up, but it's the easiest one to go over. So it's right here. So I'll show it. So one of the resource problems I mentioned yesterday, I ran out of diamonds. I think I'm, again, I only literally just set it up. So we're slowly climbing up. I was at 1 million diamonds 2 days ago, and now I'm down. I was down to 0, and now I'm slowly going back up. So what I decided to do, instead of using real diamonds, I swapped to industrial. And the way I swap to industrial is I have the diamond dust coming into this density squared thing. It creates the industrial diamonds, and then it just joins the process as it was before. For some reason, it is not running. Why is it not running? So it would help if I extracted. That's pretty funny. And then I also want to do this so that it extracts fast. There we go. I like that. I literally just set this up, so I haven't let it like stay running to keep going, and just to kind of keep it going fast if it needs to. I have the diamonds and the tiny pile of dark ashes going to different output buses, and obviously this was still limiting, so I made it like a super tiny sub network where it's importing and going to a storage bus. So yeah, just a little thing there. The next thing was kind of twofold. So you can see this guy's running. So I did do a bunch of stuff with bees today, or I shouldn't say a bunch of stuff. I basically got a bunch of bees bred and then also upgraded this apiary. So I turned them away. You can see these. Originally, I immediately went into 3 UHV energy hatches. However, I didn't have enough bees to actually fill this up. So even though power is fine, I didn't just want to be burning 4 amps of UHV for nothing constantly. So I did leave it at 1 UHV energy hatch. But just swapping it to 1 UHV energy hatch made me be able to pull out all my side bees that I had over here that I've been slowly pulling out to make space, as well as I added 15 pyrotheum bees and 10 Salus mundus bees. So the pyrotheum is because with I just have the 16 additional volcanuses that I set up for cosmic neutronium. I ran out of pyrotheum. So that was obviously bad because I also use volcanuses for my main auto assembling or auto crafting. I don't use mega EVFs at the moment because the volcanuses are better if you're not overclocking them essentially. And then the Salus mundus I'm using to turn into nether stars, which are used to make the diamond matrix ingots that are used for infinity. And I was running out of nether stars, and then the nether star process stopped because I was running out of Salus mundus. Unfortunately, I set that up a while ago, and then I forgot to make sure the Salus mundus was on a centrifuge, which it is now. You can see I'm plussing on Salus mundus, so we should be good now. And that is coming up here to this guy where we just hopped away. And you can see it now. It's consistently running 12 stars every 7 seconds, which this guy is using 2 every 1 second. So it should sort of even out. I might need to bump the speed of this, which is currently running at LUV. Worst case, I could just overclock it. Actually, PV, LUV energy. LUV energy. I'll usually do that. And yeah, let's see. I think I am just going to overclock this right now because it's just going to continue to get worse. Battery, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. 4. This guy in here. I could just up the power of this line, but I don't really feel like doing that right now. Oh, there we go. 23 every 6 seconds. Now I should be gaining on nether stars. Simple as that. So that's 2 of the ingredients down. Well, technically, that was this guy, and this guy. That was the bulk of it. So originally, before I went about this plan to not use regular diamonds, I actually decided I was going to, if you remember, I was going to pull diamonds off of the space elevator. So I did go about setting up another space mining module, because I was going to simply use the diamond ore on here. So we go diamond ore. We can see, we can get it from a meteor. It's going to use the most expensive one since it's a lower class or like a cheaper ore. I did, however, mess up. I could have had this again set up earlier. I didn't realize that even at the most expensive tier, it says needs Mark 1 module. I just assumed that if I put a Mark 2 on here, it would go faster or something. Apparently that just doesn't work. So I do have a spare mining module now for, if we go right here, yeah, Mark 2. If you put that here, it just does not work. So whenever I decide the next thing I need for mining, I won't even have to wait for it to craft, which is pretty cool in my book. And because of setting this up, I also did take the time to clean up down here. If you remember, this was all like sand and dirt and stuff, specifically too, so I could throw in some extra access chutes to get more data lines down here as I set up more modules. But yeah, nothing too exciting. Got this set up, but after watching it run for a little bit, I don't think this is fast enough to keep up with the diamond process, and it's just going to lead to frustration sooner than later. So swapping to the industrial diamonds, something that I don't use basically in any auto craft that I'm aware of. I'm sure there's something, and maybe at some point the diamond dust will become a problem. But like I said, right now I got 8 million. And that ore will also give us diamond dust. And if I run out of that, I'm not too worried about it. So at least for now. And then, but to craft those mining modules, I ran into additional problems, which led me to crafting this thing that you might see here, which is a 64 block tall neutron accelerator, which is now not running because I finally it actually pretty quickly went through everything. So the reason I crafted this is because if we were to hop down to the Nequata line, which is this layer right here, this was what was being used to initially process my, what's it called, Nequata adamantium solution, and this gets us Nequata rich solution, which then goes over into the autoclaves and then turns into Nequata, which then goes over here to make Nequata. Long story short, this thing right here, massive bottleneck. I had like 131 million buckets of the Nequata adamantium solution. So that actually made it so this thing, like this little single block, I think it's a ZPM now, but this thing was actually keeping up with the process by itself. When I swapped to that 64 for stack one, if you go to the wiki, it says it's something like 500 times faster, like 555, I believe. So I went through that and made just piles of this Nequata rich solution. So I did set up this guy right here, this autoclave, to process it instead of this little bucket. I just haven't decommissioned this yet. I probably should. There's really no reason to have this thing anymore with this guy, but I should also decommission this thing as well, because again, this is a lot slower. There's no reason to run it through this one anymore. So I did speed up my Nequata because I was out of it. And I don't have crazy amounts. I got 40,000, but at this point, we're waiting on the process. And I've got all these like I've got this huge backlog. So the Nequata line itself definitely needs a massive overhaul from me at some point, at least speed wise, like updating a lot of this stuff to not be single blocks. And I'll just have to refresh myself. That'll be a back burner project. But yeah, that was basically the whole lot of it. With the extra pyrolithium bees, all my volcanuses are running full bore over here, all the passive ones. Again, these 16 are all making cosmic neutronium. So we are actually plussing on that, which is really nice. 18K. And then Infinity, since I only just got that sucker back up and running, we're still shy of like 65, but I'm a lot happier where I'm sitting with passives. I kind of wanted to take care of a bunch of this stuff just to make the transition into UEV a whole lot smoother and not getting frustrated at running out of resources, kind of like the Nequata stuff today. I will see. I do think there's nothing crafting, but I'm kind of tempted to leave the server running overnight just to see if I end up with any more resource problems that I'm not currently thinking or keeping a head on, just to make sure I can address those. But we'll see. I might still just shut it down. There's no real reason to leave it running tonight. But yeah, that's all I got for your little shorter video today. Just cleaning some stuff up around the base. So anyways, I hope everybody had a good day, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.